history-making goal! She wasn't going for goal, but she'll happily accept it.
It's gone all the way through, and look at this! Chewinga! Did you dare write Barcelona off?
The career of one of the all-time greats is all but over.
Nice comeback.
Uma oportunidade de dizer alguma coisa que eu acho que nunca disse.
Let's get this party started!
NFL Game Pass is now exclusively on DAZN.
Let's get this thing going.
Watch every game, plus the playoffs and Super Bowl. It's your all-access pass.
That's how you fight a southpaw. Well on his way to coming back.
Katie Taylor does it again. Look at the emotion.
Boxing on DAZN, brought to you by William Hill.
I see you, okay, do your dance, do your thing. I see you, okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back, let me see you.
Rock off, shake off, let me see you rock off, yeah.
Curry hair, side kick, SpongeBob, sexy walk, heel toe, footwork, crazy leg, rock.
Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucozade, bring the energy.
The only place to buy your new Mercedes-Benz is direct from Mercedes-Benz. It's the only place where you'll always find our best offers, like on the A-Class range from £299 a month. Simply talk to the team at your local store or search the online showroom. Order your brand new Mercedes-Benz. Choose, buy, drive your new Mercedes-Benz.
Boxing on DAZN, brought to you by William Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. From the four corners of the world, to the four corners of this ring, the fight starts now! How do you like it? Off the shoulder.
So aggressive, so focused.
Look at these two guys. Still the undisputed champion of the world.
Great turnout as well, but it is Liverpool always show up. When you look at these next gen cards, the thing I like about them is they give you a little bit of everything. They've got young fighters like Hamza Rudy ready to be unleashed on the pro scene, making his professional debut. They've got young fighters like Janae Bossam stepping up to 10 rounds, looking to win his first professional title. We've got world championship action with Beatrice Herrera. We've got a fighter like Peter McGrail and Marc Leach, must win for both. Like I say, they just give you a bit of everything across the board.
That's exactly it.
for these young fighters at different levels, just to show off basically. You know, it's their opportunity to show everyone how good they are, and this is a brilliant show. The main event really is a good one. You know, it's an intriguing one, and it's a must-win battle for both.
Well, myself and Darren will be bringing the fighters up as well as Matchroom CEO Frank Smith in relevant groups to get all their final thoughts ahead of the weekend's action from the exhibition centre right here in Liverpool. First though, let's give you a reminder of what we do have to look forward to and bring up the order of play for Saturday night. The fighters up in relevant groups to hear their final thoughts. Let's start with pro debutant amateur star Hamza Udin, Maisie Rose Courtney and Matchroom CEO Mr. Frank Smith.
I'm excited, there's plenty of excitement bubbling. It's been a long time coming, a very long time coming. I've been in that ring over 70 times, so it's nothing new to me. For so long we've been speaking about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, but now it's coming into reality. So I'm just trying to soak up every bit of it because you only get one debut.
Here we go, a bit of musical chairs going on here, but Frank, let me come to you first, because when we talk about the next generation, you look at the fighters to your left, you look at the fighters in front of you who we'll be hearing from shortly. Why is this such an important platform for these young stars of tomorrow?
Because I think it gives them the opportunity to be ready when they step up to that next level. You know, they come here, because I think it gives them the opportunity to be ready when they step up to that next level. You know, they come here, you see the backdrop, you see the press conference, gives them everything they need. I was just talking to Hamza about how confident he was about talking. I said if he's got 10%.
Build-up as well, which is what you've been training selling them this week. Well, we're doing the best. Let's bring in Hamza, pro debut. Now, we were talking to Sam yesterday. He was telling me you're going to be ready for big names in the not-so-distant future, much quicker than we probably realise. I know it's been a bit of a long time coming for you, but to be sat here today on the big stage, how does it feel to be your first professional fight week?
Oh, it's been amazing, honestly, to see the platform and the levels here. It's incredible. For me, I'm just fighting. I love the fighting. It's so new to me, talking, no one just getting there and fight. And yeah, like you said, fighting. I love the fighting. It's so new to me, talking. So I'm ready for whatever the team's ready to give me. Can you hear me?
Hamza, a ridiculous amateur pedigree. Was it 8-time national champion, international representative?
7 international goals.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, give him the credit.
What can the fans, the viewers expect from you stylistically on Saturday night?
Whatever style I bring, it's fireworks. Honestly, you want to keep my hands low, move around, you want to stand there and go like Mike Tyson. I can do anything you want. Honestly, I've got power, I've got speed, I've got timing, I've got IQ like Einstein. So honestly, anything you want, anything whatever my opponent does, I'll adapt and take him on.
So don't blink.
Actually, don't blink. Honestly, first second I'm coming out, fireworks.
Just final one from you before we bring in Maisie. I know this is just the start of a long and exciting journey for you, but you have a bigger dream, don't you? You feel as part of a bigger meaning. What can you tell us about that?
I will be the first British Foundation World Champion, known for my heritage. Has ever come close to this level. I mean, we're getting there, but we're not there. So we're not talking about years, we're talking about in the next 12 months. Literally, we want to go fast. We want to go really fast, and we get them belts strapped up on me as soon as possible. The first British Foundation World Champion. So I'm not dream too.
No pressure, Frank.
Yeah.
I like his comp.
Love it.
I like it. Got more than 10%. No pressure, Frank.
Yeah.
I like his comp.
weekend. Let's bring in Maisie Rose. Now, Maisie, every time I go on social media, you tend to always pop up and someone's called you out. That tends to mean you're either doing something right or something wrong.
I know, that's what I said to Tony the other day. I was like, I'm either doing really well or I'm easily beat. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, people want to call me out and they want to chat a little bit of rubbish about me. I don't mind it.
I think you're doing something right. I think you're doing something
I
right.
hope so.
Well, let's talk about the chapter you're heading into now, your first fight of 2024. I know you've got your eyes on titles, but what does this year represent in the story of Maisie Rose Courtney?
I just want to, I like fighting, do you know what I mean? I always say I like fighting, I like chilling people, that's what I like to do. Do you know what I mean? I've got an 8-rounder next, and I've been asked to fight Chloe Watson for the EBU. Do her, then whoever's next, I'll do the rest of them. I think.
Easy, easy. Confidence must be high as well. You've already beaten a European champion. You're now fighting a 2-time European challenger, so you're stepping in the right direction. You must be very confident.
Yeah, do you know, I've got the best team around me. Tony knows exactly what he's doing with me, do you know what I mean? And if he wouldn't even bring that title fights up like that if he didn't think that I'd be ready to beat him already, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, ever, I like it.
Has he told you to take your time a bit more through 8 rounds?
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what I mean? Feel strong, feel ready, bosh.
Well, we can't wait. Before the bell action, 5:25 p.m. on Saturday, the professional debut of this young man. Do not blink, as Darren said. Hamza Rudin. We look forward to seeing Maisie as well continue her professional story. We're going to pause now for a couple of pictures up the front. Thanks for talking to us. Seems neither of these two are short of confidence.
There you go. Who would have thought it?
Great stuff, guys. Thanks very much for speaking to us. And with this great fighting city, we also want to welcome up 3 of Liverpool's brightest stars of tomorrow. Let's continue the press conference right now. And if you look at this, Darren, so much to look forward to. Just as we bring the gents up to the stage, if the gents want to make their way up, so much to look forward to. Doesn't get much bigger than this one. The undisputed heavyweight clash between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Very jealous that you're going to be ringside for that one.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is history. This is going to be the first unified, undisputed heavyweight champion of the 4-belt era. So it's a massive fight, a great occasion. But I'll be seeing you a couple of weeks after, won't I?
You'll be seeing me for this one. Don't you worry about that. The 5v5, Matchroom versus Queensbury. Frank Warren versus Eddie Hearn, making them both sick, the thought of losing them. It doesn't get much bigger.
That is pressure. That is pressure right there, Jamie.
Well, here we are. We continue the press conference here today. Young Frankie Stringer, Steve Clark and Joe McGrail as well at the end. Steve, let me come to you first, because 2 weeks ago you were in action, chief support in Manchester. You now find yourself back in action in your home city of Liverpool, and I'm told you've sold over 300 tickets in a week. A, how did you find out that this opportunity had presented itself? And B, how did you manage to flog all those tickets?
I don't have a clue. No, I found out last week. And, you know, I've got boss support, always have big support. So, you know, I appreciate everyone coming out, buying tickets, you know, so quickly to my last fight. So, yeah, buzzing to be back out again. I want to thank Eddie, Frank and my team for getting me out so quickly, you know. First year as a pro, I want to stay active, so I'm in the right, going the right direction.
You're part of a famous division in this country. I'll just throw that in there, my old division. With some stars coming through like yourself, Lele Basaji, your old rival in the amateurs, Jimmy Sains. It must be a buzz to have those potential fights down the line, but also the chance to be the next star of this division.
Oh yeah, definitely. Middleweight's always been a busy division, so no, I'm looking forward to big fights in the future with, you know, some of the prospects who are coming out now. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And in terms of building blocks, Steve, from last week, just continuing to improve, is that the plan?
Yeah, that's it. Focus on what we've been learning in the gym, continue to improve, and you know, just gain that experience and, you know, move on.
The most active man in boxing, I think. Look forward to seeing Steve Clark back this weekend. Long may it continue. Let's bring in young Frankie Stringer as well. Frankie, no stranger to the big stage. Obviously, you boxed on the Liam Smith, Chris Eubank undercards, the pair of them, but nearly 7 months out now. Has it been a bit of a period of frustration for you, and how does it feel to be back?
It's good. I've stayed in the gym, so but you need to be back under the lights, don't you? And my first matchroom show, so I've got to impress, so can't wait.
Big Evertonian.
Yeah.
Watched the football last night?
Yeah, I was there last night, yeah, made up, yeah.
Nice one.
Unhappy Reds comment on my picture. I put a little post up, skitting Liverpool, I got a bit of stick off it.
You've got a brilliant team behind you. Liam Smith, your manager, Joe Deck, trainer, the gym's buzzing, so much around. How much has that helped your progress in these early stages as a professional?
I'm watching and sparring undisputed champions like Josh Taylor. I've got Liam who's done it, being there, looking after me, guarding my career, so it's helped me a lot and it will in the future.
You played football as well, didn't you?
I play for Liam's team as well.
Are you playing on Sunday?
Yeah.
You're gonna...
No, I might do. See if I stay out or not, but I probably will be.
Are you better than Liam?
Yeah, I am now.
Yeah. I hope he's watching. Great stuff, Frankie. Look forward to seeing you back in the ring. Let's bring in Joe McGrail as well. Now, Joe, I was there in Arizona. What a performance, a spiteful performance. The body shots were raining in. You caught the attention of Eddie Hearn and Frank Smith ringside and earned yourself a matchroom deal. But probably looking back now, a little bit of a night of mixed emotions for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely a night of mixed emotions with obviously me winning and Peter losing. But, you know, that's behind us now and we're looking to both be putting unbelievable performances in on Saturday and our kid back to winning ways.
Ryan Walker, your opponent, he's a former area champion. You feel this is the right time to step up, and do you feel an opponent like Ryan Walker will bring the best out of you?
Yeah, definitely. I've had a little watch of him and I know that he's going to come and he's going to have a go. He's not just going to try and survive or anything like that. So, you know, he'll just walk on some more shots, which is better for me. So, yeah, another good performance.
And all going well, by the end of the year, would you like to be looking at titles yourself?
Definitely, yeah. I've got this one, my first 8, probably another 8, and then it'll be 10-round level then, and hopefully a title by the end of the year.
And Joe, just finally, to continue the Everton theme, you told me yesterday an Everton win and 2 first-round knockouts on the weekend for the McGrail brothers. So you're 1 out of 3. Not a bad start.
Yeah. No, we're playing again on Saturday, aren't we, Everton? So Everton win, then me win, then happy to win, treble on the day.
Great stuff. Well, as I said there, 3 of Liverpool's brightest stars of tomorrow, Frankie Stringer, Steve Clark and Joe McGrail as well. We look forward to seeing you all in action this weekend. We'll stop now for a couple of pictures up the front. Great stuff, gents. Just waiting for the tunes to kick in there.
It's one of yours, this, isn't it, Jay?
It's my playlist, I think.
Is it your playlist?
No,
yeah?
it's not. It's not.
Bit of Elvis.
Don't be silly. Flower of Scotland, I'd have.
I'll tell you what, though, Jamie, 3 extremely talented fighters.
Absolutely. Joe McGrail, very impressive out in America. He'll be looking to build on that as we bring up another man looking to capture his first professional title.
Towards the English title, so I'm looking forward to putting a good performance on and getting a step closer to an English title and getting my first strap. Jack Martin is 9-1. He's a tough man. He's on a good roll at the moment, but there's levels, and I'm ready to show that.
It's going to be a tough fight for me, but I think we're both going into it the hardest opponents for each other, you know.
I always want to look good, I always want to perform, I always want to look my best, and I win with a spiteful performance, ready to show the world what I'm on.
I feel like I'm still probably being underestimated a bit by the punters and that, but I feel like this is me now, and I think people are going to finally see what I'm about.
Well, let's bring in Frank Smith first of all. Frank, you've been working with Junaid for a while now, of course, with Eddie. Took him to America. An eventful week, to say the least. A few rolls around at a press conference and a good fight as well, which he did a lot of learning in. Why is now the right time to step up to 10 rounds and challenge for his first title?
Look, I think that was the perfect fight for him in America. It's what he needed. I think it was a bit of a wake-up call in reality for him. And it's the kind of fight he needs if he's going to move to the levels we believe he can go to. Obviously, you know, this fight, first title fight for him, first 10-rounder. And I don't think if he would have gone into certain fights without what he experienced in America, he showed a lot of heart there, you know, to keep going in that fight in the US in December. And it was the perfect fight for him. Look, Jack's coming to defend his title. Junaid's opportunity to take it away, like I say, first title fight for him, it means a lot for him. So the kind of fight he needs now, and he's going to step on very quickly. Obviously a final eliminator for the English title as well, this one. So lots of big nights to come for Junaid Boston. We believe that he's a future star. Later part of this year, he'll be headlining his own next-gen shows. And, you know, it's a long journey for Junaid Boston, but he's got to get through Jack on Saturday. It's going to be a real test for him, and I think it's going to be the toughest fight of his career.
Well, let's bring in Junaid. Frank just described it there as a bit of a wake-up call. How would you describe your experience out in America, and what have you been able to take into this camp, which what you've said is your toughest test on paper?
A trip full of lessons inside and outside of the ring. Not to speak too much for once about it all. Been there, done that. I'm looking forward to showing the lessons that I've learned on Saturday.
I guess, look, there's been a lot of praise, and rightly so. I've been one of the ones that have been drumming the Junaid Boston drum. Is there added pressure? This is a fight where you must not just win, but you need to look good as well.
Everyone talks about
Is that
pressure.
fair?
Yeah, I mean, everyone talks about pressure, but no one puts more pressure than what I put on myself. Because I'm a perfectionist, I want to look good, I want to perform. So, I mean, it goes without saying, I want to look good, I want to perform, I want to win by any means necessary, and that's what I plan on doing Saturday in flying colours.
And if you can win that Commonwealth Silver Super Welterweight title, lock in a shot at the English title as well. It's a big opportunity for you with a lot at stake, but this is the direction you want to be moving in.
I mean, of course, it's always nice winning your first title as a professional. It will be a good moment, but at the same time, the way I'm getting hyped up, the way I'm talking about myself, I'm on for bigger and better things, and that's onwards to the English title. I know Lee Cutler's got that title at the moment. Whether he vacates or not, I'll fight whoever's fighting for the eliminator after that. So, yeah, I'm here for it all.
Well, let's bring in Jack over there. Jack, good to see you. You're the defending champion this weekend, 9-1. I believe this is your 6th scheduled 10-rounder. Everyone's talking about Junaid Bostan, but what are you here to do this weekend?
I'm here to just project myself on the big level now and just, like, prove that I'm here, prove that I deserve to be here. I've worked so hard. Like, I didn't have a great amateur pedigree. I've worked extremely hard to get where I am on the small hall shows. I've been underdog time and time again and proved so many people wrong, and prove that I deserve to be on this big stage now.
You're in with an extremely talented fighter, you know that. Like Jamie said, you are experienced over this distance. You're proven toughness. Is this about taking this to deep, horrible, dark places? I know Junaid sort of experienced a little bit that last time, but it's a place where you've proven comfortable. Is it about going there again Saturday night?
No, well, we've been working a lot smarter and a lot harder in the gym this camp. I know that I can do that just with my natural heart. I know that I can go to deep waters, and I know that I can handle myself there. But this is about being a bit more smarter. Like, Junaid isn't just going to get dragged into that. He's a clever fighter. He's like utmost respect for him in that. So it's about being a bit more smarter now, I think, and realising that I can fight and box and prove people that I can box as well.
Do you feel there's a lot of added pressure on Junaid?
I don't know, really. Like Junaid said, I put more pressure on myself as well. If I don't come out of that gym sweating and blowing out my arse and such, you know what I mean? Like, then it ain't been a great session. I always go in and make sure I put 150% in the boxing IQ of it and the hard work. So I think it depends how much pressure we just put on ourselves.
We'll get a little prediction. Junaid, how do you beat this man on Saturday night?
I mean, first and foremost, he does deserve the utmost credit. He's done it the hard way. He's got some good wins under his belt. So, yeah, he definitely does deserve to be here, but he's talking about boxing, he's talking about fighting. There's levels. I think he's met his match here, and yeah, the prediction is a Junaid Bostan win. Don't be surprised if I get him out within the distance. If not, I'm looking at giving out a boxing lesson and a lesson, a hard beating for 10 rounds.
And for you, Jack, your response to that, ready to throw some questions at this young man?
Just a Jack Martin win, however means necessary.
I look forward to this. Good fight. We can't wait. Junaid Bostan, Jack Martin, Frank Smith as well. We'll pause for the first face-to-face of Fight Week at the front now.
Proper fight this, Jamie.
Yeah, you've been impressed with Junaid Bostan, but this is the right step up. And I think, like Frank said, like Junaid said, he would have learned a lot in that trip. I think, you know, we saw the clip of Grant Smith, you know, saying you're going to get yourself knocked out. Needs to just learn. I think he has now not to get involved emotionally.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's in there with someone, a defending champion, somebody who's got an opportunity to make a name for himself. He's not here to make up the numbers, Jack. This is a proper fight.
Yep. Junaid Bostan versus Jack Martin, Commonwealth silver. Super welterweight title, also a final eliminator for that English £154 crown. World Championship action coming up on DAZN this Saturday night.
Yo sé que es muy buena boxeadora, me han dicho que es muy fuerte, sé que es una boxeadora olímpica. Nosotros creemos que ella está muy enfocada en los Juegos Olímpicos y que por ahí no se enfocou muito nessa pelea.
Então, ela acredita nisso, a equipe dela acredita nisso. Que bom que eles acreditam nisso. Eu gosto de pessoas que focam em pontos fracos, que teoricamente eu não tenho esse ponto fraco. E veio esse desafio antes, eu acho que eu tô só numa preparação para conseguir a medalha olímpica dourada dessa vez.
Well, we have on the stage now Olympic silver medalist Beatriz Ferreira, Yanina Lascano as well, and Frank Smith once again. Now, Frank, we saw it with Rhiannon Dixon not long ago, a couple of weeks ago there, that when Katie Taylor relinquished a couple of her IBF and the WBO belts, that it freed up opportunities, long-awaited opportunities for these fighters at lightweight. Rhiannon took the most of her chance, and now it's a massive opportunity for Beatriz Ferreira to do the same.
Yeah, great opportunity and a great win from Rhiannon Dixon to win the world title. Huge moment for her in her career, and now it's Bia's turn. You know, I think Bia on Saturday night, we know how talented she is. She's a very good dancer as well. I think she's doing some dancing lessons later as well. But she's got a big opportunity to go and become a world champion on Saturday and then go to Paris as well in July and become an Olympic champion. I don't think there's many people, I don't think there's any. I'm going to make up a fact, maybe we'll just say it's history and say she'll be the first person to be a world champion, current active world champion boxer to go and win an Olympic gold medal as well. So it's a big few months for Bia. She got a tough test on Saturday night, but we believe Bia is going to go on to rule, you know, be a face in female boxing for a long time to come, a long time to come. So it's exciting and good to get this opportunity very early on in her career as well. She wants to move quickly, she wants the biggest fights, but a tough test on Saturday, and we look forward to, you know, what's ahead.
Well, let's bring in Yanina with a translator down there, our trusty Kieran Simpson down there in the front row. Yanina, welcome. This is a massive opportunity. I imagine from what you said to me yesterday at the media day that this is a dream you've had for so long. Just tell us what this dream means to you and to your country as well. It's such a big opportunity.
Sí, Yanina, en primer lugar, bienvenida aquí también. Nos dijiste también ayer que era una oportunidad enorme para ti. Habías dicho también que es un sueño que has tenido durante mucho tiempo. Háblanos un poco de lo que significa esto para ti, no solamente para ti, pero también para tu país.
Bueno, muchas gracias por la bienvenida. Y como dije ayer, es algo muy importante para mí esta nueva chance de poder ser campeona mundial, ya que si me llevo el triunfo para Concordia, voy a ser la primera mujer campeona mundial de allá de mi ciudad. Así que es algo muy importante para mí, para mi familia y para la gente que me apoya allá en Concordia.
So first and foremost, I want to say thank you very much for the welcome. Yes, as I said yesterday, it's very important for me to have this new opportunity to win a world title. And it's really important given that I would become the first female fighter from my hometown to become a world champion. So it's really important for me, for my family, and for all the people that support me.
Yanina, I'm sure you've been impressed with your opponent. How do you approach and prepare for someone as talented as Beatriz?
Seguramente ya ves tu oponente que es muy boxeadora, que tiene mucho talento también. ¿Cuál sería el planteamiento de la pelea sabiendo que tiene tanto talento y es una muy buena boxeadora?
Como dije ayer, son cosas que por ahí nosotros vamos viendo arriba del ring. Obviamente tenemos cosas preparadas, pero es más que nada eso, vamos viendo cómo se va planteando la pelea.
As I said yesterday, you know, it depends on the way things develop during the fight. Obviously, we have prepared for the fight and we have a fight plan, but we'll really see how things play out in the ring and then take it from there.
And just final one as well to you, Yanina. Beatriz keeps talking about Paris and the Olympic Games as well as this fight on Saturday, but you told me yesterday that you and your team believe that she's focusing too much on the Olympics and she's let her focus slip for this fight on Saturday. Do you believe that could contribute to her downfall this weekend?
Sí, también dijiste cuando hablamos ayer en las entrevistas que Beatriz está muy enfocada en esos Juegos Olímpicos que van a tener lugar en París y quizás puede perder un poco el enfoque para la pelea del sábado. ¿Crees que esto te puede ir a tu favor, del hecho de que ella no está tan enfocada en esta pelea?
Sí, por ahí nosotros lo que vimos fue eso. Y sí, obvio, por ahí tengo un poco más de cosas a mi favor, ya que ella no estuvo, sentimos que no estuvo tan enfocada en esta pelea.
Yes, that's what we've seen, and that's what we believe. Obviously, this could then work in our favour, but yeah, we feel as a team that she's not quite 100% focused on this fight, and this could work in our favour.
Well, let's get the response from Beatriz Ferreira again with Matt, a translator down there in the front row. Beatriz, great to see you again. Yanina says that she feels you're not 100% focused on this world title fight because of your Olympic dream. How do you come back to that, and how strong is your focus to become world champion?
Vamos para a resposta de Beatriz. Yanina acredita, ela diz, que você não está 100% focada nesse disputa de título, porque seu foco está todo no seu sonho olímpico. Qual é a sua resposta a essa observação e como está entrando nessa luta?
Thank you, Frank. I'm very happy. Então, ela está muito enganada. Eu acho que todos os desafios que é lançado para mim, eu agarro com toda a oportunidade. Eu estou focada sim. Eu acho que é só mais um treino para eu poder chegar lá bem. Mas eu quero muito também ser campeã mundial. E eu acho que ela está enganada. Eu vou provar isso lá em cima, amanhã.
She is so wrong. I see these challenges and I seize these challenges. And I see this as an opportunity to prepare and training for winning the gold medal. And I will show how focused I am on winning this world title in the ring on Saturday.
Beatrice, you're an animal. You're relentless when you're in the ring. Can we expect to see another explosive performance Saturday night?
Beatriz, você é a fera. Animal, a gente vê suas atuações assim, sem parar. Podemos ver outra atuação, outra luta explosiva com você sábado à noite?
Com certeza. Eu achei que eu já tinha treinado muito até treinar para essa luta. Estou muito treinada, estou muito pronta, estou com muita vontade. A fera está solta.
Absolutely. I thought I'd trained a lot for previous fights before I started preparing for this fight. So yes, the beast is going to be unleashed on Saturday.
Beatrice, final one from you. When you look at this division, Rhiannon Dixon, Caroline Dubois is a fight that's been spoken about for you as well. That brings a little smile to your face. How do you see yourself taking over this lightweight division in the next 12 months?
Pensando na sua categoria, Rhiannon Dixon, Caroline Dubois, você sorriu vendo os nomes delas. Como que você vê essa categoria e a possibilidade de enfrentar esses adversários?
Não vejo a hora. Eu quero enfrentar as melhores. Então, já tem muita gente pedindo essa luta. Eu acho que eu estou conseguindo chegar em um nível bom para poder enfrentá-las. E não vejo a hora desse desafio aí. Com certeza, quando esse desafio for lançado e me preparar, eu vou estar pronta para poder ganhar delas.
I really can't wait to face these great opponents. Everyone's asking for this fight, and I believe I'm getting to a level for when the opportunity comes. I really can't wait for it. I will be ready, and I will be ready to beat them.
Well, that remains to be seen. All focus on this Saturday night IBF World Lightweight Crown. Brazil versus Argentina, Ferreira versus Lescano. Let's pause for the first face-to-face here in Fight Week. Thanks, girls. I think there's going to be some statos in the comments contesting Frank Smith's fact there.
Probably. I'm sure of that, yeah. But a real South American derby, this. Two very good fighters. Beatrice, an absolute animal, and she says the beast is going to get released and let loose on Saturday night.
Certainly. Good division, this. 135 pounds. Beatrice, Rhiannon Dixon, Caroline Dubois. So many good fights to be made. Look no further, though, than this one. Beatrice Ferreira versus Yanina Lescano. For the final time, let's bring up the main event.
I'm in the best shape of my life, and you're going to see that Saturday.
My plan is to bring them demons back out, on fight night. And what I've seen of his last fight, he's tough, he comes forward, he likes to have a little go. So I'm going to say comfortable points victory for me.
Listen, to come back from a loss to the headline of my own city against the former British champion for the British title eliminator and the WBA international belt, I'm over the moon. And
I can't wait to fight, and I believe in myself, team believe in me, put the hard work in the training. Now it's time to reap the rewards. This is the enjoyment part of the sport now, as silly as it sounds.
Well, here we go. It's time for the main event, final press conference here today. Peter McGrail, Marc Leach, and once again, Mr. Frank Smith. Now, Frank, it was in December last year that Peter McGrail was boxing beautifully, wasn't it, in Arizona? And it just shows you in this game that one punch really can change it all. We were scheduled to have the rematch twice with Jericho O'Quinn in 2 different venues. How happy are you, though, that not able to have the rematch with O'Quinn, but to find a very, very good substitute in Marc Leach this weekend?
Yeah, look, I think, you know, going back to not going over the fight in December, but he was winning every round. And he's a fighter, Peter. He wants to test himself. He wants to move quickly and wants to take real fights. And, you know, brilliant fighter. We believe he's got so much more to give. And, you know, that's why we're here headlining with Peter. Obviously a shame that the Jericho Quinn fight didn't happen, but that's not going to define Peter's career. You know, that's not... If it happened, great. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. Now we move on. You know, Marc Leach is going to be a real test for him. Probably a harder fight as well. You know, he's got an awkward style. It's a real fight for Peter McGrail on Saturday night. And, you know, too many people in boxing think a loss defines them in the sport. The reality is, if you're willing to take tests, if you're willing to step up and take real fights, that's what the sport's about. And, you know, in years to come, you'll forget all about that because these are the fights. And look, Peter's got to get in there. He's got to deliver a performance, and we believe he will. But, you know, it's a real test against Marc Leach and the kind of fights we need, and a great fight to be headlining a Next Gen show with.
Well, let's bring in Marc Leach over there. Marc, good to see you. I was in the gym the other week, and we were doing some stuff with Jack Cattrall, and you were there as well, preparing for your own day. I was talking to Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis, and they said you were flying in the gym before this call even came. How easy a yes was this decision to step in and fight Peter McGrail in the main event on DAZN?
I don't turn down no fights. I want him in the sport to be the best. You know, Peter McGrail was a lot better than my original opponent that I was meant to face. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Yes, straight away.
Mark, is it fair to say that this is a must-win for both here? And do you think this is a dangerous time to be fighting you?
Yeah, like I say, I've lost my last 2. He's lost his last one. We're both coming off a loss. You know, we've got a lot to prove. Like I said, a loss doesn't define a person. So we've learned from your losses. You know, come back stronger.
You've been British champion before. When you look at Peter McGrail, the amateur pedigree and the position he's in as a pro, albeit looking to bounce back here, but why is the motivation so strong for you, Marc? If you win this fight on Saturday, what doors do you think can open?
I'd say hopefully when I win on Saturday, puts my name back in the mix for the rest of the titles. You know, gets my name back in the mix for the top class fights. That's what I'm in the sport for. You know, I want to keep proving myself, keep showing what I'm about and stuff.
And Pete admitted that this is must-win for him. And in that fight, he switched off. And in this game, you can't afford to do that. He admitted that himself. Why can't he afford to switch off against Marc Leach on Saturday night?
Yeah, I watched his last fight. He was winning it comfortably. Like I say, switch off for a split second, and sometimes that all happens in boxing. But like I say, I'm not going to be stood there. I'm going to be throwing off shots from everywhere and stuff like that. So you know, like I say, it's going to be a lot tougher than these last fights. So like I say, I'm expecting 10 hard rounds. So yeah, like I say, can't wait till fight night now.
Well, let's bring in Peter McGrail. Pete, good to see you, still smiling from ear to ear, like your brother Joe, about that Everton win last night, so congratulations to you on that one. It's not Jericho O'Quinn sat opposite you on this stage, and that was something you were fixated on. You really wanted that shot of redemption. You were really determined to jump straight back into the fire. What have you had to overcome mentally with the opponent change?
Yeah, not much, Jamie. I was just obviously gutted it weren't Jericho. Obviously, originally it was, so things were good, but it's... there's a lot on the line for this fight. It's a British title eliminator. It's WBA international belt, and obviously against the former British champion. So, if anything, I'm going to be in a better position once I win Saturday, and that Jericho fight is still always going to be there, and I'll always be looking to avenge that loss. So, obviously, if Jericho's watching here, don't after this fight, hopefully don't flap it again and get over to the UK, or I'll even go over to America. But that's in the future. Since the opponent got changed, I've been fully focused on Marc Leach, and that's what's happening Saturday.
To regain some sort of confidence, I'm sure there's plenty there already. You know yourself, you've been around this game a long time in the amateurs. A loss doesn't define it. We've heard from Frank as well. But would you like to put on a real classy, showcasing display just to regain some real confidence?
Yeah, definitely. That and a loss doesn't define no one. If you look at 95% of all the greats, there's losses on their records, but especially after coming back from a loss, I'm looking to especially headlining as well in my home city. Obviously, at an arena full of Scousers, I'm looking to put a show on Saturday and close the show in style.
Frank said it's probably a harder fight on paper than Jericho Quinn. How do you see it? What do you know about Marc Leach over there?
Yeah, Mark's been about for years. I've known him on the amateur circuit, never known him personally, but I'm expecting a tough, awkward fight. But as I said before, I'm more than ready for domestic people like the likes of Marc Leach. But yeah, fair play to him for taking the fight. I respect that, because obviously with Jericho, obviously, as I think he's flapped it really myself. I know they're getting the same family matters and that, but I just think he doesn't want to be in the ring with me. So thanks to Marc for obviously letting me crack on.
Final message, final prediction in front of your home city. You'll be the last man to make your ring walk on Saturday night.
Just a Peter McGrail win, yeah. Win by any means, stoppage, points, but yeah, it's coming on. Peter McGrail win.
And for you, Marc, massive opportunity to get yourself back on track and push on to some big fights this year.
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, I'm there to win as well. So done all the hard training now. This is the enjoyment part of the sport.
Well, for the first time in Fight Week, let's bring Peter McGrail, Frank Smith, and of course Mr. Marc Leach together for the Fight Week face-off. Like we say, Darren was boxing so well in Arizona, almost punch perfect. I think he twice had Jericho Quinn down. But a stark reminder, you can't afford to switch off for a split second in this game, and Marc Leach reminding Peter he would not be able to switch off against him for as long as this fight lasts.
Now, lots of experience, lots of self-belief, and, you know, I asked the question there, is this a dangerous time to be fighting him? And he says yes. You know, he understands he needs a win, as does Peter, so expects a very good fight Saturday.
Well, the action doesn't stop this weekend, so much to look forward to right here on DAZN.
Hey champ, I know why you're here. You're a born winner, the top dog. You have a proper punch on you. It only takes one, eh? But I know you're not all about throwing haymakers. You know your bobs from your weaves, and you know DAZN's got over 150 fights every year. Over 150, proper stat. All the action, the chaos, the comebacks, the non-stop knockouts. Big fights every week. So get those gloves back on. Together, we're boxing royalty. DAZN, undisputed.
Well, you did it yourself, Darren. Bounce back from defeat. Is this when you truly find out deep in your soul how much you want this?
Yeah, because you can't teach this. You can't, you know, you can't find it from somewhere. This is deep within you. That redemption, that feeling of wanting to impress, wanting a, you know, right or wrong. You either got that or you haven't. And I know Peter to an extent. I know what it would have done to him mentally. He'll want to bounce back, and he's got all the talent in the world. He's got the mental strength to do it. But Marc Leach, his experience, you know, look, we've got so much to look forward to on this show. We really have. There's a bit of it, you said it at the top of the show, there's a bit of everything to admire about this.
New chat show coming soon for me and you, do you think?
A new chat show?
New chat show, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Ross...
You've got a good mouth for
I think Jonathan Ross must be absolutely terrified watching this. That does conclude the Fight Week press conference. Join us same time, Matchroom and DAZN YouTube channels for the official weigh-in as the fighters face the scales and face each other. For myself, Jamie Ward, from Darren Barker as well. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. From the four corners of the world, to the four corners of this ring, the fight starts now!
Touch goes.
How do you like it?
Close the show. So aggressive, so focused.
Look at these two guys. Still the undisputed champion of the world.
Boxing on DAZN, brought to you by William Hill.
Sometimes running a business can feel like climbing a mountain. It's actually a volcano. But Xero accounting software can help keep your business finances running smoothly. Soon, climbing up that mountain will feel more like riding down one on a really cool bike that can time travel.
Looking good. Where are we?
Search Zero with an X, because healthy business is beautiful business.
Just what is it that you want to do?
And we want to have a good time.
Boxing on DAZN, brought to you by William Hill.